Good evening, everyone, and welcome to my scope tonight. Welcome to all of my live viewers, welcome to my replay viewers, and definitely a big welcome to all of my lifers. Thank you, literally great for joining me. I hope you're feeling better, love. I know that you've been a little sick, and really just sending you lots of healing light and love so that your throat is feeling better soon. So tonight, I am very excited to bring you the second day of the topic on solutions to the most common sexual issues that women face. And yesterday, for those of you who weren't able to join, we talked about desire and really how to build desire. Still down, thank you so much. Aw, sending you lots of love. So yesterday we talked about desire. So if you did not catch that one, please, you can watch it on catch.me /sexualityexpert. That is my account, my account on Catch Me, and all of my videos are available on there. So tonight we will be talking about orgasm specifically, and I have some real good information to share with you all, and really am looking forward to getting any questions that may come up from this topic. So if you do have any questions, please feel free to ask, as I want this to be as informative and supportive to you all as possible. So the first thing that I want to talk about are some of the statistics around orgasm, because there is definitely some misconceptions out there around female orgasm and how common is it to have a sexual issue. How many women have sexual issues, how many women report what. So I just want to go through some of these because I do think that it is going to be helpful. So 1 in 3 women, this is the first one I want to share. 1 in 3 women struggle with orgasm, right? So statistically, women have struggled with orgasm, and it continues to be a huge issue for a lot of women, regardless of age. However, studies have shown that as women age, as women get older, they are more likely to experience orgasm, right? And their satisfaction, hola Medina, hi, and their satisfaction also increases. Why is this, right? With age comes experience, right? With age also comes a deeper level of comfort with our own bodies. So these are really the factors that attribute to the difference in statistics there. So that is a really big one, to know that if you are maybe in your 20s, you will continue to grow in how you experience your orgasms as you age. So, women in their 20s report having orgasm at about 61% versus 65% of women in their 30s and 70% of women between 40 and 50. So this definitely shows that there is this gradual increase of deeper connection to orgasm. So another really big thing about orgasm is that it really does support us to get to know our own bodies, right? Women who have a high self-esteem are more likely to have and experience orgasm than women with low self-esteem. So there is a correlation there between self-esteem and orgasm. The same, it goes for body image, right? Our self-esteem is closely connected to our body image. So those two things have a really big impact on our ability to experience orgasm. So if you are having issues with orgasm, you really want to do some self-analysis and ask yourself, am I confident? On a scale of 1 to 10, where is my self-esteem right now? And it's not like our self-esteem is something that's static. It constantly is changing, right? You can feel a lot of self-esteem one day, and then the next day not so much because of your cycle or because of something else that's happening in your life. So you just want to check in, right? And especially before you have sex, you want to check in, like, where's my self-esteem right now? Because that is going to have an impact on your ability to reach orgasm. Another huge thing that we women don't always monitor, but I definitely recommend that we all begin to monitor, is both the moon cycle and our cycle, our menstrual cycle, because those two things do have an influence, especially our menstrual cycle, on our ability to orgasm, depending on the point in your cycle, and this varies from woman to woman, but some women can really have intense orgasms when they're ovulating, versus some women can't, because they're going through some physical pain. However, orgasm does help relieve pain. So that is a big bonus, right? A huge bonus. What if you don't have a cycle due to hysterectomy? Peace to all to see. Thank you for asking that question, because that is a huge topic that women are not talking about. Both women who have hysterectomies as well as women going through menopause have hormonal changes that they experience that really does influence everything from their ability to lubricate, to how they experience orgasm, to their sensation around their sexual organs. So it definitely varies woman to woman how they experience the effects of the hormonal changes. So in this case, what I am gonna say, because I can't cover all of the tips for women who have had a hysterectomy, but I will do a special scope sometime next week on women who have had hysterectomies and some of the changes that they go through and how to combat those changes. So thank you for that question, and I am going to dedicate an entire scope to that topic, because I do know it is a very important one for us ladies to discuss. Thank you. I have been so miserable. I hear you. I have a lot of close family members who have had hysterectomies at very young ages, and I have coached them through some of those issues, because it really is a complete whirlwind, right? To have your body change and you feel like you're the same person, but your body doesn't feel the same. So I hear you, and I'm here for you. Do feel free to reach out to me if you need any support. I'm always here for you all. Offering, complimentary sessions, 20-minute complimentary sessions to all of my Periscope viewers at the moment. So if you are interested, peace to all who see. Please just write 20-minute on the comments, and I will Twitter you my calendar so that you can schedule a session if you'd like to. So some other interesting information about orgasm. I wanted to really hone in on some of the discrepancies between orgasm for men and women. So sorry I had to cancel again. Oh, no worries, Hallie. Yes, I would. Okay, thank you, peace to all. I will send you my calendar so you can schedule something. So men and women experience orgasm differently, right? Men take a lot shorter of a time period. Women it takes at least 20 minutes of stimulation, at least 20 minutes. On average, Some women can take as long as 40 minutes. Right, so that is significantly longer than men. Men can orgasm anywhere from 5 to 20 minutes into sexual activity. So there's a discrepancy there, right? And also there's a discrepancy in how men and women perceive a female orgasm, right? So men tend to, about 85% of men report that their partner had an orgasm, but only 46% of women report that they did. So that is a huge contrast, right, of how many women are actually having an orgasm versus what their partners are perceiving. And I wanted to really hone in on this because not only does this impact female sexuality, but it impacts relationships. So I really wanna honor that we women do need to be more clear about what is pleasurable to us with our partners, but also being honest and open in that communication when it doesn't happen, and also being okay with it not always happening. Actually, one of the statistics I wanted to share with you all is that a majority of women report that feeling a deep connection with their partner is correlated to better satisfaction and a better orgasm, right? So if you're feeling disconnected emotionally, spiritually from your partner, those are signs that you might have a challenging time with orgasm, right? Because that connection is lacking, it's missing, and that definitely does. Women are emotional first, physical second. Men are vice versa, physical first, emotional second. So we really need to have that emotional connection and feel it, right? Feel into that energy during the act of sex so that we can fully experience a pleasurable, deep, satisfying orgasm. Another huge thing I wanted to share is that most women, and let me just pull up the statistics because I do want to just give you as much accurate information as possible. There's a lot of stuff out there that is not always accurate. So 25% of women can orgasm regularly via vaginal intercourse. 25%. So that means that 75% of women cannot orgasm regularly through vaginal sex. Over 80% of women need clitoral stimulation in order to orgasm, right? And only 5% of women never experience orgasm, period. Right? Like never in their lives, never, regardless of age, only 5% of women. So if you're feeling like you are never going to experience this, I just ask that you have a little faith in yourself and in your creative sacral energy that you can, right? And usually the women who can't experience orgasm have a very serious sexual dysfunction or anatomical variations that really prohibit the act, right? But there's also studies that show that you can have an orgasm without any genital contact. So you can actually mentally create an orgasm. So it's not all about the genitals. It has a lot to do with the mind, right? So making sure that we're focused on the moment, that we're really in sync with our partner during the act of sex really heightens our ability to orgasm. Another really interesting point is that some women and some men focus a lot on oral sex as a way to reach orgasm, and actually only 18% of men and 10% of men and 18% of women have orgasms through oral sex. Now, I'm not saying oral sex is not necessary. It is a key part of foreplay. However, if we're expecting to have orgasm through oral sex, it's not very likely. So I say these things so that we really hone in on how to experience this. And the key here for the majority of women is clitoral stimulation, right? It's having that deep connection with our partner during the act of sex, right? And usually for a lot of women, you do need penetration to experience orgasm, right? In conjunction with clitoral stimulation. So not one or the other, both. And that's one of the key elements, the combination, right? Actually, also another fun fact that I wanted to share is that more women have more regular orgasms if they increase the variety and diversity of their sex, right? So if you do role play, if you spice things up, that actually increases your ability and the frequency of orgasm. So definitely, ladies, spice things up. You know, do a little role play, bring in some candles, really get creative, read some erotica to get some ideas of things that you can do, and try things that you might not have tried before. But in this journey of self-development and exploration into who you are as an orgasmic being, you can really let go and explore. So to kind of summarize, right? Orgasm is an issue for 1/3 of us, right? A lot of women are having difficulties with orgasm. It's definitely something that requires self exploration, right? So masturbation, women are more likely to experience orgasm on their own versus with a partner. So definitely, ladies, begin to self-explore, because that's going to bring you closer to yourself, which will also bring you closer with your partner and allow you to both experience the orgasms that you really want. So again, really connecting with your partner, self-exploration, and spicing things up, trying different things, doing clitoral stimulation. Those are some of the keys to really achieving orgasm and having your orgasms be fully satisfying. So thank you all for joining me tonight. Tomorrow we will continue this topic with part 3, where we'll talk a little bit more about satisfaction during sex and satisfaction in relationships and how to really maximize those. So I hope that you all enjoyed tonight's scope. Have a wonderful, passionate Saturday night, and until tomorrow, ciao, love you all.